Hello, good evening, everyone.
Oh, he was very nice.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Saunders, and I've had the honor of being the maid of honor for Kelly today. And I've known Kelly, well, kind of known of her for about 15 years. We met we didn't really meet, but we knew of each other in 5th grade when we were in honor orchestra here in Grand Forks. And I sat in the cello section and she sat in the first violin section. And I would look up and see her smiling at me from across the room with her beautiful smile. And I got used to seeing her like that. I would see her, we did it for a couple years, and then we went on to Junior Youth Symphony, and she'd always be around. And I was lucky enough in 8th grade to get to go to the Grand Forks Christian School. And she goes there, which my brother notified me of because he'd seen her at my rehearsals once. And he was like, oh, she's gonna be in your class. And the day that we started, she called me up that morning and asked me if I liked to rollerblade and if I had rollerblades. And I would say that was the beginning of our friendship, right there. And we have been friends ever since. I'd call her my best friend, my dearest friend, my closest friend. She's been my friend through different boyfriends. I went to a different school in high school. I had to go away from home and she wrote me letters. Called me all the time, came to visit. My friends at my different schools now call her their friend because that's the person she is. I love to read, and I mean I haven't been able to read as much as I used to, but I'd read books like Anne of Green Gables and Jane Eyre books and things that had these wonderful female heroines. And I always felt like Kelly was that person in my life. She always had that spirit and that kindness, and life was moving when we were with her. Things were happening, She started this Christmas party that we'd all go to, and I think it's been going for about 10 years, except for this last Christmas. I was pretty sad about it. And we have given her a hard time, and I hope that it will continue in the future. Please, Dan. It'd be nice. But she would, we'd go caroling, and we'd go out and we'd sing to people, and it'd be freezing out, and we'd have kroon kaka and all those different things. I learned all this from her. I learned about lefse from her. I learned everything Norwegian from her. And as you know, I'm not Norwegian. Quite a bit culturally. And I think it was always an adventure with her, and it's going to be and continue. And we're hearing about Dan the first time. And as some of you may know, they met online. And I was not, at first online, but it's Kelly. So I know her, and she does things very appropriately and carefully. So all those things that I'd heard before, maybe they're not true. Maybe this is a good thing. And she told me about how it started, and the flowers he sent her, and the date they went on. And the way she talked about him, I had this settling feeling. This is it. We had planned for this day for many years. we had talked about it. We talked about dresses and colors and music, a lot of music, because a lot of our lives revolved around music. And we knew it was going to happen one day, and it finally came close. And I got to meet him at her Christmas party, hint again. And I knew he was great when we went outside or we were doing something, and he did a prehistoric animal interpretation. I think it was a velociraptor of some sort. He made sure he did it when she wasn't around because he didn't want to embarrass himself. I'm very surprised he didn't feel embarrassed around us, but I knew he was a cool dude then, And from then on, as I saw how happy he made her and how she didn't change, she was still her same, but she seemed even better. And I think that was a wonderful thing and that I see now in their relationship, the love that they have for each other, how much they appreciate each other, how much they're ready to help each other be better. And also that I can see that God is flowing through their relationship, that He is who they want to please, and in that process they please each other. So I guess I say this, I will miss you as a single lady, of course, but I'm so glad that you're moving on to the married world. And I just wish you guys all the best. I'll be praying for you. God bless and toast.
Yeah, she did.
You taped it on bike so she can.
I think this means it's
hear
my
later.
turn now. Jasmine, you're a hard act to follow.
That's
So
true.
see how it goes. My name is Joel Lehman, and if you don't recognize that, I'm Dan's brother, but I have to call him Daniel. He started being Dan, I think, when he went to middle school, but so I tried it out when he came home, and I was like, "Hey, Dan." He's like, "It's Daniel." So I'm sorry that I'll be referring to him as Daniel. That might be weird for you, but that's the guy who I know and love. And so I've known him for like 21 years, and for those of you who know the relationship my brother and I have, he's always been a role model for me. And so all through life growing up, I just did what Daniel did, and I'm proud to say that. And so that.
Did it better though.
No, not at all. No. So music, I did that. He did theater, I did theater. He went to Concordia, I went to Concordia. So I did what he did. But that's because he was my role model, and still to this day is my role model. And I got to tell you, Daniel and I have had some crazy times together, from spying on our parents and making up languages and staying up all night drinking lots of water and all weird things when we were young children. We didn't have video games. But no, through thick and thin, it was always Daniel and me. We were always doing whatever we did together, and I honestly tried to be just like him because I saw him being successful in his relationships and his interactions with other people, and I was like, I don't want to do that. And so, Daniel, you've always been the guy I look up to, and that's because you're just a great person, and you love God and you love others, and past that, not a lot else matters. So, I just want to say I'm so lucky to be your best man and your best friend for a long time now. I just feel really lucky. And then a couple of years ago, or a year and a half or whatever, he started telling me about this girl named Kelly. And I got super excited because, I know him pretty well, and he had a sparkle in his eye when he was talking about her. I'm not making that up. And he was really excited from the get-go about their relationship. And so naturally, I was really, really excited for him. And so then I got to meet Kelly. And really, I got to know Kelly when we went to Seattle as a family together. And that was just a blast to get to know, those of you who know Kelly better than I, just know her exuberance and her joy and her love for others. And so that was just a real treat for me to really be able to welcome you into the family. And make sure to sign off. You guys were already engaged, but that was like the final. So you passed the test.
She was terrible.
And then as I got to know them as a couple, it was apparent and obvious to everyone how happy they are together, and how much love they have for each other. Just like Jasmine said, it's no secret that they love each other as they've been kissing and showing you. But I just want to say I'm so happy for you both. And Kelly, I secretly always wanted a sister, so I'm glad to welcome you to our family. And then as a side note, Austin and I kind of consider ourselves brothers now through a couple channels. We actually knew each other first. So I'm gaining one more brother too, if that's okay. We just drafted him into our family. So I just want to say, Kelly and Daniel, congratulations. We're so excited that you both are making this step in your life, and we'll be there with you. And the other thing I was just going to throw in is Natalie and I, right now I'm engaged as well. And we really look up to you guys as a couple, and we're excited to kind of just follow your path as well, and love each other and love God as much as you do. So thank you for still being role models for both of us. Congratulations.
Kelly and I would just like to say from us, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for coming. We know people came from a long ways away, and boy, I actually only came up yesterday morning, and by the time I came, so many people from this church and from family and friends had helped make this just into a completely beautiful place. So thank you so much for those people that helped so much to make this just a wonderful thing. It'd be wonderful if it were just brick walls and we got married and that would be okay, but I really appreciate that. Yeah. So thank you for this opportunity of celebrating with us, and we're just so thankful to have families that, you know, our parents, both sets of our parents prayed for us before we were even born, that we'd find the right spouse. Pretty cool thing. So for our parents. Thanks a lot for coming. We hope you enjoyed more food if you like it, and stay safe on the roads if you're driving, and enjoy the time while you're in town if you're from a ways away. So thank you very much for coming to our wedding.